Hi, this is a walkthrough of a one-day problem-solving course. So it's divided into 6 sessions. The first session takes 30 minutes and it's about course introductions. And there will be 30 minutes. So the first 15 minutes is icebreakers, and we have a game called "What is your favorite?" And that is to help to get to know each other's, right? It's surprising, right? And in that case, we will break it into team, and we need the mahjong papers, right? Perhaps the team names as well. And the next 15 minutes is course introductions, right? So a very important thing is that by the end of the 15 minutes, each of the participants should spell out the steps in problem solving. And what's the method is that the trainer will uh, explain that and the outcome of this one-day course. The teaching method will be this. Then we move to the session 2, right, which takes 90 minutes. The first 60 minutes is module introductions. The trainers will explain that, right, and it's about problem solving methods. And very important is that one must explain what's differentiate what is problem and what is perceived problems. Some people say they look at the problems and say, well, that's not a problem, right? And that's because, right, in that person's mind, there is no such problem. He has the tools, the skills, the mindset to solve the problem. So that's not a problem, right? So uh, and that's the teaching aids, right? So and the next 30 minutes, right, or so, it could be 20 minutes, right, in love, it will be a move up game, right? It's why? Because it's to make the training fun, right? Keep stacking. So the idea is about stacking cups on top, right? And who fastest get it, right? So that's why we say that it's breaking into a team, right, in the session 1. Now the session 3, right, is about information gather. Now this is a more hard one, right? It's 120 minutes. So we divided into these 3 sessions. For the first 45 minutes is the module and understand the type of informations. What is kind of questions is appropriate to ask, right? So the students should explain what is information gathering, right, before the problems is being solved, right? The information must gather to tabulate into graph charting, right? Then they can. So we are in the last 5 minutes in the sessions, we spare the time to ask questions and answers, right? The next 15 minutes is a very cool game, right? It's called separation beans, right? So it's in relation with the information gather. You gather the informations, gather the beans, and then after that, what do? Yes, you separate them, you cluster it, you group them, right? So you can use the Microsoft Excel tools, right, or just draw it in the graph, right? That will help. And like 60 minutes, we introduce a next topic as called uh, define the problem, present state, and desired state. Right, we emphasize that the student must learn to write not only the present state but the desired state. So we use the one of the famous e-healings project to explain this in great details. Right, so yeah, so that's complete the session 3. After that, we go for a break, a lunch break, and come to the session 4. The session 4 start with a 15-minute energizers, right? We call it the banana, apples, orange, right? As a signs, right? Uh, the teaching is just using body parts, but it will be very fun, right? After that, it's also a good way to move the body after a heavy lunch, right? So it was kind of an exercise as well. So next 15 minutes is about brainstorming. This module is about brainstorming, how to demonstrate brainstorming, right? How to list it down, to move your bodies, right? Don't just sit there, right? Move your bodies, right? How to resist from criticize other people's ideas, right? We'll talk about that in these 15 minutes. 45 minutes using a game to illustrate how to brainstorm, right? What is the pitfall? Why is it people can't brainstorm, right? And how to overcome that? And last 15 minutes is the students, right? So the student will need to demonstrate how did they brainstorm, right? Team by team, and it will be video recorded. Okay, that's session 4. Session 5, the totals of the this about generating solutions, right? Session 5 is 90 minutes. So we have the young me, right? Oh, it's a move the card. So this is about concept of competitions is always there, right? So you go out to the world, you always compete, right? You must know why you what makes you win, what makes you lose, right? And then from there you learn, and then you can improve from there. Now the generating solutions, right? How to generate solutions, right? And we use diagrams, right? It's just illustrate into a presentation slide, and then you can list out a possible solution. Now, not just list one possible solutions, right? Then you need to use that and mock pitch, right? So 45 minutes, right? Divide into 3 to 4 teams, right? Then they have to pitch the solutions, right? And then at this stage, we are not yet selecting the solutions, right? That will explain the next one. The last sessions, selecting a single solution to pitch, right? But just imagine that you will win $1 million of venture capitals, right? How do you solve that? How do you win that pitch, right? So we divide into 3, right? Each of them will start using all that you learn in the um, sessions of information gatherings, right? Stuff from problem solving, they define the problems, and then they talk about what information. So they have to come up with the questionnaires, maybe a Google Forms, right? So they must come up with some statistics, show us some data, some chartings, right? And they present it, right? And yeah, and finally, the last 15 minutes or so, right? It will be the trainers to evaluate, to debrief, right, and to give them some praise, right. That's what people are looking for, right. So, and that's the end of the 1 day problem solving by Ken Lau. And thank you for watching.